MMO TCG HEX Shards of Fate finds itself in a legal battle with Wizards of the Coast. Steampunk MMORPG Black Gold enters closed beta. ArcheBlade development shuts down and Dungeon Fighter Online is making a triumphant return. All of this and more on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. Wizards of the Coast, famous creators of the TCG Magic the Gathering, have filed a lawsuit against the developers behind the upcoming MMO TCG HEX Shards of Fate for willful copyright infringement. According to WOTC's official press release, HEX developer Cryptozoic has created a clone of the world-famous tabletop collectible trading card game Magic the Gathering. And while Wizards appreciate a robust and thriving trading card game industry, they consider HEX to be a misappropriation of their intellectual property. Within the filed lawsuit documents, WOTC accuses HEX of possessing many similar mechanics to Magic the Gathering. It is in fact possible to patent basic gameplay mechanics, and Wizards of the Coast already do own a few patents for Magic, although they have only been enforced sporadically throughout the years. WOTC claims Cryptozoic has been unwilling to resolve the matter, thus forcing the lawsuit. Cryptozoic has yet to offer an official response to the lawsuit. HEX is currently in closed beta and was successfully kickstarted back in the early parts of 2013. The TCG promises to combine the world of an MMO into a TCG complete with customizable champions, dungeons, and involved storyline, advanced AI, and other social features one might expect to find in an MMO. The PvE portion of HEX is set to be free, with players able to earn over 300 cards. Those who wish to play against real opponents may purchase or trade for additional cards only rewarded through PvP. Neverwinter 3rd module Curse of Icewind Dale was just recently released and comes complete with brand new heroic encounters, a new PvE campaign, open world PvP campaigns, and an additional Paragon path for the Hunter Ranger class. In a bid to promote more open-world encounters, Neverwinter's newly added heroic encounters and PvP campaigns encourage players to group up to complete scaling spontaneous quests and PvP-oriented objectives, which, thanks to Icewind Dale's newly introduced opposing mercenary groups, allow adventurers to compete for new rewards across the module's newest zones. Of course, Icewind Dale also comes with the usual instanced PvP and PvE content, including a new epic-level skirmish which pits adventurers against the evil wizard, Akar Kressel. Throughout Icewind Dale's Icewind Pass and Darvin Valley, players may collect the mysterious Black Ice resource, which is used to craft the MMO's most powerful gear to date, complete with your choice of corrupted or purified stats. While most Western fans throughout the cult classic action MMO Dungeon Fighter Online was down for the count, it seems as though the MMO is poised to make a resurgence. After North American publisher Nexon shut down the service, Meeple, the original developers behind DFO, have resurrected the game and are now welcoming players to participate in the ongoing open alpha. To enter, players need only log in through the official DFO website using their Facebook account. Meeple has stressed the studio is still in the early stages of testing, thus players should expect some server instability and the inevitable character wipes leading up till the full re-release of the game. Meeple has yet to release any details regarding the game's continued development post-launch or the studio's current monetization plan for the MMO. For a link to the DFO alpha, be sure to check the description box below. The cold hand of fate has claimed the life of yet another recently released free-to-play title. ArcheBlade, the third-person action fighter from the South Korean startup developer CodeBrush Games, was officially released on Steam less than a month ago. But according to CodeBrush, ArcheBlade has already failed to reach the financial success necessary to support future development in the time allotted. The end result means CodeBrush will be forced to downsize its staff and suspend the game's operations for the foreseeable future. In an announcement on the official Steam page for ArcheBlade, the studio attributed the game's failure due to the studio's limited financial resources. According to CodeBrush, the studio would require in-game purchases to increase by many folds just to survive. Interestingly, ArcheBlade will not shut down outright, but instead live on through Steam, at least for now. However, CodeBrush will cease to support the game, including hosting any official servers, leaving players only able to play matches on servers hosted by other players. CodeBrush repeatedly thanked its players for their support and promised not to let it go to waste, stating they would do their best to compensate players who invested into the game. Further compensation details are set to come in a future announcement. WarThunder's newly released 1.41 update has moved its tank-centered ground forces expansion off the closed beta assembly line and into open beta. Upon logging in, players may currently choose from either Soviet or German tanks found in the new Army Research tab. The switch to open beta was accompanied by a full progress wipe for those who participate in the ground forces closed beta. However, all research progress going forward will be permanent. Update 1.41 also added several new aircraft while improving shadow performance and updating WarThunder's visual effects. Other nations are set to be rolling out later in development, with Gaijin Entertainment unlocking the new mode Combined Arms, which pits forces of players-controlled tanks and planes against each other once enough players reach high enough rank with their ground forces. Summer may be on the horizon, but things are looking frigidly fantastic for the upcoming CryEngine 3-powered ski MMO Snow, which has just released Update M3. The update notably increases the vibrancy of Snow's textures and lighting, adding new animations, and further improves the player's sense of speed as he hurtles down the powdery mountaintop. Currently in early alpha, much of Snow's core features have yet to be implemented, including even multiplayer. The MMO is currently available through Steam Early Access for $14.99 and will earn you several cosmetic items, including the newly added Founders sets, which contain a dashing mustache, top hat, and monocle. Because what else to do with prestigious Founders skins? Snail Games' upcoming steampunk-infused MMORPG BombGold has wrapped up its alpha, having yielded useful feedback which they say they've taken into consideration as the game continually progresses, and has now begun a limited closed beta test. The beta, which is said to end rather abruptly on May 28th, will include new features not present in the alpha. The beta has added several new ways to PvP, including large-scale backgrounds with over 100 customizable carrier battle mounts to wage war with. Additional upgrades have also been made to the closed beta client, including improvements to the game's graphical fidelity, smoother textures, and updated user interface, and other mechanical changes. Those of you who may be interested in checking out BombGold will be happy to know MMOBomb is currently giving away 5,000 closed beta keys for BombGold. A link to the giveaway can be found in the description box below. Good luck! And the game of the week is Dawngate. Dawngate is a 2-lane MOBA developed by Waystone Games where players choose a shaper to represent them on the battlefield, like most MOBAs. However, players may also choose a defined role ahead of time, granting them additional bonuses based on what role they selected. Selecting the role of Predator, for example, is perfect for those who wish to play aggressively, granting players additional currency for kills and assists against enemy shapers. The freedom to play how you want to play extends beyond role selection, as Dawngate features an easy-to-learn item system that offers players extreme build flexibility with deep counterplay. Dawngate's map offers several unique features, including resource objectives called Spirit Wells, whose workers collect currency for whomever controls the well. Enemy junglers may find themselves tasked with disrupting the flow of currency by killing the well's minions, and even potentially capturing them for their team. Each base is protected by a Guardian, a large raid-style boss who offers enemy players an intense challenge as he unleashes a multitude of heavy-hitting skill shots against them. In order to weaken his power before destroying him, players must take out several cores which grant the Guardian his powers before finally defeating the massive being himself. So, if you're looking for a MOBA with a heavy focus on jungling, flexible hero building, interesting map style, colorful art style, and an engaging boss fight, then be sure to Dawngate. That is going to be all on this week's episode of Free to Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free to play action. Until next time, Natsumii out.